Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Capybara! Coconut doggy!
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another Through the Lens episode with your boys, the Unholy Trinity. I am your host today, Patronus Gold. On my right is Mr. Sundude.
SEO in the house.
Sizzle.
And on my far right is Mr. Zephyros.
Zephyros in the house.
Like, quick side note, I don't know whether to be like, guys, just call me SEO. Don't call me Sundude. It's like, nah, it's fine. Call me Sundude if you want. I'll probably go with call me Sundude if you want. But I guess like for now in like the honeymoon period for SEO, can we stick with just with SEO? Try to stick with that.
Sure. Can I call you Sundude in private as like my nickname for you?
Is Sizzle
Sure.
alright? Because SEO is like a bit of a mouthful. You
Sizzle,
know, you spell out
SEO,
words,
Sedzo,
not
whatever.
words. Alright,
Alright.
Sizzle.
Speaking of sizzling, let's sizzle. No, I don't know. Let's
Sizzle.
get down to business.
Speaking of
My lizard.
sizzling, I got my wiener sizzling, if you know what I
In
mean.
the barbecue.
I sure do. Let's
I'm just
go.
slanging them out. I'm just slanging them out. Bro.
Last Night in Soho
Square
is the
juices.
film we're covering today. An aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past are to crack and splinter into something darker. This is directed by Edgar Wright. It is written by Edgar Wright. It stars Thomas
By Edgar Wright.
Mackenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, and other people. Yep. Shall
Sizzle
we dig into first impressions, boys? What are our first impressions of
See,
this film?
here's the thing with me. I probably should have at least taken a look at like a very like small synopsis, or at least the rating. Because I came into this completely blind. I had known nothing about it going in, and seeing it for the like without knowing anything about it, I was just like, holy shit! I was not expecting this.
Same thing,
You
man.
went into this experience. It's all right.
So like Jack told me one day, it's like, yo, watch this movie. I'm like, sure. Then I was like, just completely surprised, really.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
good, man.
Like I was caught so off guard. I was like, wait, this is a horror film? What?
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that.
It starts off like very generic, like I don't know, how would you describe it? It's like
Coming of age
fish out
movie.
of water, coming of age movie. Then it's just like, whoop, you're off in a horror thing.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. And I really like this movie. I think this is a really good horror movie, one of the better ones I've seen. And wow, like from like when they first enter the 60s till the end, I think that was all like so good. I've also found it like somewhat pretty scary at times of like the theme of the film, if you know what I mean, right? Less than like they weren't really
theme.
focused on like monsters. They were more
Yeah.
focused on like themes, concepts that are kind of scary. So I thought it was good. And this movie is stylish as hell, and I love it.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
And the twists and turns are really cool as well. Like this movie genuinely like surprised me at parts. Yeah.
It did, yes, sirree. It's pretty good.
You're hosting.
Shall we go into the acting here?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right. What do we think about the acting?
Pretty star performances across the board, I think.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything I was like mediocre.
Not gonna lie, at the start of the film, when we first got introduced to Thomasin McKenzie's character, I wasn't vibing with her that much. But as
Same here,
the
man.
movie progresses, it goes from being like generic and into like the good stuff. And then it displayed more of her acting skills, you know? I was like, okay, kind of cool. I feel like the start of the movie kind of and then it gets good. Thought
Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy is really good as well. And kind of everyone. Matt Smith was also really good. Yeah.
He a full on pimp, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, the
it's a-
landlord is really good.
Oh, yeah, Miss. Wait,
I can find
her
who
name
she is.
Yeah.
Is it Miss Collins? Played
Yeah.
by Diana Reed? Yeah, Diana. Oh yeah, she passed away a couple months ago.
Yeah, and it was.
This is her
Did
last.
she?
Yeah, and the film is dedicated to her.
Yeah.
She didn't pass away in a fire, did she? Movie.
We're finding that out.
All right, let's
Okay.
just move on. Editor, decide what do you want to do with that.
Haha, I'm the editor.
All right, we'll talk about writing then. The writing of the film. What do we have to say about it? I want to hear your guys' opinion on it because I love the film and yeah. What do you guys think?
Honestly, I was just like taken a little bit too aback and like maybe a little scared. I don't know. I genuinely like don't know what I was feeling, but like it just like caught me off guard. So I don't remember what I felt about just like how it was as a film. I just remember it's spoopy.
Damn.
I feel like it's a very interesting take on the horror genre. I like the concept there, especially with the, I guess, almost time travel-y memory thing.
Yeah.
Real cool, man.
Did you also find the movie scary?
Yeah, at times. When they just pop out
Hell
of
yeah.
nowhere, be like, haha, I'm gonna touchy you now.
Yes, I'm going to touchy you now. Yeah, everything you guys said, I agree. Such a cool movie. The concept's really cool. Do the horror stuff, so cool. I like the characters for the most part. I will say, okay, negatives. I don't like the start of the film. I just don't like it at all. I like when they go to the 60s, and from then on, I think it's like basically almost flawless to my like as far as my expectations go. But the start, I just don't like, and I think it was kind of a. I understand because they want it to be like really surprising when they go into the horror stuff, right? But it came off more as jarring, and like I didn't really like the main character at that point. Which also brings me to. It's going to be really minor spoilers. If anyone wants to skip over this, that's fine. But I'm just going to say there are like bully characters in the film, and there's a bit of a side plot with that. But that added nothing to the film. That didn't need to be in the film. It was, I guess, to make the main character more sympathetic at the start. And they also come back later for one little plot point, which that's more spoilers. But like, they felt like really generic, which in contrast with the crazy like villain monster things from this movie, it just felt very off weak and didn't really fit in with the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's like my only gripe with the thing. It's just like issues with the writing, really. Just like at the start and like a bit, and yeah.
Cool.
Shall we move on?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Cinematography.
Very
It was
impressive.
fucking great. Yeah. I mean, Edgar Wright, you know him, Baby Driver, stuff like that. The Man's, he's great. But there's a dance sequence. I won't spoil too much. There's a dance sequence. I watched how they did the behind the scenes, and they did it for real. As in, like, I should talk about spoilers, but they did it like for real. They didn't cut.
Oh, that is sick.
It's crazy. Yeah, you should watch how they did that. It's actually insane. Fucking geniuses that made this movie. Yeah. There's so much good shots and stuff. They do lots of cool horror visuals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I mean, this relates right to editing and visuals. I guess I'll jump into that as well. Like, it's really well edited, and like the visuals are crazily good.
Top-notch atmospheric lightings and whatnot.
Yeah.
In the 60s.
Definitely had ray tracing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good looking movie.
Real life.
I want to watch it again. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, we'll jump to the music. I think we
Music
all
was also
thought the music's really good.
Yeah, cool soundtrack. 60s vibes.
Yeah. It's like your era, dear. The Beatles.
Is it?
That era.
I'm more of an 80s guy, but I like the Beatles.
But it was like the Beatles sort of group stuff, like that.
No, I guess. Well, 60s, a lot of stuff happened in the 60s. You got 60s, you know, rock bands. You got 60s, a bit of jazzy jazz, a bit of soul stuff.
That would be some of SCL's stuff, right? Jazzy jazz.
Other things, man. But yes, Britain in the 60s is bands.
I heard SCL. I was like, SCL jazz? What? Fucking me.
Yeah, nah.
All right, but I think the audio design was so good. What I remember.
Even the horror bits are pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
With their sounds.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, spoiler zone. Let's just get into the meat.
A horror movie spoiler zone. Very, very spoopy, very creepy.
Horror movie spoiler zone.
Tried to jump scare you, but I need to work on my timing.
All right, let's get into it then. Where shall we start?
Where do we start? Okay, do we like move on? Like, do we want to talk about like general like character stuff and like how we predicted stuff would go in the film? That was like the one thing I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then.
Sorry, I thought you were leave that.
I was like, do we leave to the end or what? Okay, so I basically knew from the start that Jack was fucking shady as fuck. I did not trust that guy from the start.
I had a feeling he was. I think they showed in the trailer that he was a bit.
I didn't see the trailer even. So
Matt Smith got that susness to him.
Yeah.
I did feel a bit of sussy.
But then I was like, I felt sus about Jack, and then I also felt sus about Ellie and John. Yeah.
Which one was John?
Ellie's
in the modern
romantic
time, right? Yeah,
modern time.
We just racially profiling.
Is it because Jack and John are the same name?
Oh shit! Wait, you're onto something here.
Well, not the racially profiling, right? The name thing.
The name thing, yeah, of course. What the fuck are y'all thinking, bro? What the fuck are y'all thinking?
It's like you're racially profiling him, and you're like, "Oh shit, you might be onto something."
Yeah.
Yes, I meant Jack and John.
Yeah.
John.
That is true.
Also, is there like, okay, this might be like pulling a few strings, but like if which one is derived from which? Like Jack is derived from John, right?
Yes.
So, but the modern day is John. The olden day was Jack. So like,
I don't know.
Is that right?
Yeah, because the modern day guy is John, but then if John's derived from Jack, then the name's like you'd expect like the old to be the old, but then yeah.
Well, maybe he's John from Jonathan.
Oh, but that maybe that's like Jack is like not well, not fit, but like John works with Eloise more because they both are like 60s and John's like old, like more
But
like
does this
60s
naming
than
scheme
Jack
really
was.
matter, mate?
I'm probably reading too much into it, but like I feel like they could have done that on purpose.
Maybe a deliberate thing.
To me, it makes sense.
All right.
The interesting thing I'll say about John's character that I quite liked was most of the male characters since like the very start with the taxi driver, they're all portrayed as like they're all like creepy men, right? Because that's kind of the theme of the movie.
Yeah, bro.
Except John is really, really nice, and he stays nice throughout the film. So I like that because it's not like I'm thinking of like Wonder Woman, where every guy was creepy and weird, and like they're all
Rapey
all the
people.
guys are bad. Yes, but this one's like it's not saying that all the guys are bad. They're saying like this there is a patriarchy, you know, but
Yeah.
like they're not overdoing it, you know.
I'm liking like
But the patriarchy.
I honestly like watching this. Because it's only recently that I'm starting to like become more vocal about shit like this. But I'm just like watching all this. I'm just like, yeah, fuck the patriarchy. Like this should never have happened.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck's the patriarchy though? Does the patriarchy include? Actually, it's another conversation for another day. But do continue.
The patriarchy was a villain of this movie. And that's what I liked. It wasn't just like Jack's not the villain. It's the whole thing is the villain.
It's just the whole patriarchy. Like it's this whole system of society that we've like continued throughout most of modern human existence.
Yeah. And it's shown that like between the 60s and modern times, nothing has changed very much in the way that there's still sexism stuff shown through other male side characters in the modern times. Also, I found it really interesting, and it's kind of sad that like Ellie views the 60s to all the glitz and glamour that like publicized, but behind it is a whole industry of exploitating
and that's what
women.
Sandy saw in during the 60s and of the 60s.
Yeah.
So
I like that part.
And this ties in really nicely to Edgar Wright and why he was sort of wanted to make this movie. And I'm just gonna like read off the Wikipedia page. He pitched the plot, describing it as a dark Valentine to London and the Soho neighborhood. Growing up in Somerset, Wright listened to his parents' stories of coming of age in the 1960s, which contributed to him becoming enamored with the era. Wright recalls that his mother's recollections of swinging 60s London were not always fond memories, recalling her story. I went to Soho once with my friend, and we got harassed by a man and chased out, and that's the end of the story. Something that I find truly nightmarish, and I guess there's an element where I'm sort of giving a sharp rebuke to myself, is the danger of being overly nostalgic about previous decades. In a way, the film is about romanticizing the past and why it's wrong to do that. Also, British films of the 1960s were also a source of inspiration for Wright, saying a lot of films of that period are about the darker side of Soho or of show business. You still have to question where they're coming from, because there's a lot of them which are more the sensationalistic ones that take this kind of punitive approach to female characters. There's a lot of movies where it seems that the genre is girl comes to London to make it big and is roundly punished for her efforts.
There was a James Bond poster there.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a direct reference.
And you know what James Bond does?
Yeah.
He hits women.
Yeah. Thunderball, mate, with Sean Connery.
Hell yeah.
Sean Connery.
Have you seen the clips of Sean Connery just being like, yeah, a woman just needs a bit of a slap.
Just a bit of a slap. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the way they like flip that message around. The way they romanticize it and then flip your expectation of that. That was effective.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, just a completely unrelated thing, but just back to what I was saying with the dance sequence. So what they did was they would get like when one actress wasn't on camera, the other one's just behind Matt Smith, and then they kind of just like rotate out as the camera's spinning around them. which in the film looks like they're just like switching, right? But yeah, like they are basically actually switching on camera. It's not visual effects. It's just intense choreography. Yeah,
the camera's just blocking the way.
Also, I really like the twists of the movie. The one where it revealed that the guy wasn't actually Jack genuinely shocked me. I was like, what the fuck? Because at the start, when I first saw the old man and then they flash back to Jack in the 60s, I was like, I think they're the same person and I think they're going to be villains, right? And they led with that for so long, and then they're like, nope. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Because it was a cop, the actual nice guy from before. And when he got hit by the car, I generally just like shocked, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's an old man.
Maybe he's pulling a Hawkeye, like, I don't know, like Jack and Hawkeye. Maybe he's like an actual good guy, but he just acts really sus for the purpose of plot, you know? Yeah.
I feel like if he was trying to like stop people back then from being in the business, I don't think he should be the one presenting himself as knowing all of the girls in the area and just leaving it there with no.
Yeah.
That's
they call him like Hansi or something.
Yeah. He's just a sleazy old man. For me. So,
So is that bit could be better? Could have been better done, definitely.
Yeah.
Also, plot twist at the end of the movie where it reveals the landlady is the killer. Did y'all expect that?
Slightly.
Yeah. I had some sussy feelings about her.
Yeah. I expected that room to have some sort of connection between Ellie and Sandy.
Yeah.
And I figured why is the landlady just there? And and like when she said there's been a lot of memories, like that like piqued my interest, being like, yeah, something's up.
But did you think she killed Jack? Because I was like, whoa.
Honestly, I did not think Sandy died, because if I like looked at like the aftermath, like when I showed that one scene, I didn't see any injuries. There was only blood. There wasn't any like wounds.
Oh.
As in the scene.
But they did a decent job of like hiding most of her body. That like it was all blood soaked, her clothes, so you couldn't really see anything. But I could see like unwounded patches of skin.
As in the scene where they were stabbing on the bed?
Where it was supposed to be like Sandy got stabbed a lot of times.
Oh, yeah. But instead it was Jack.
Oh, and I remember that one line of dialogue when she's working at the pub or something, and the lady at the pub says like, "Oh, there's lots of stories in these walls" or something.
Yeah.
That was foreshadowing how Sandy put the corpses in the walls and the floors.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it was cool because, like, is Sandy a villain? Not really, kind of, but not really. She just doing.
She the funny ghost. I mean, funny horror guy.
What do I call this? How do I say this? The result of a patriarchal society.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting.
There's a word for it. I forgot. Something.
All right.
Something with circumstance.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a word for that.
Comment section, help us, please.
Yeah. Any other spoiler things?
I guess not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right then, spoiler zone. Take it away, Zephyros.
Is the word victim of circumstance?
Yes, that's probably it, right? Yeah.
Sounds right.
All right. This movie good, y'all. Go watch it. I'll give it an 8.
Nice.
Yeah. SCL.
I liked it a lot. It's like my gut wants to give it more than an 8, but I think I'm gonna stick with an 8.
Listen to your inner voice.
Yeah, I'm also tossing up between an 8 or a 9. Because a problem with it is just the first act. Well, not even the first act, like a bit less than the first act, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll raise it high. I'll make it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
That comes to a combined average of like 8.6.
Nice, 8.6.
Alright, cool.
Go watch this movie, guys. It deserves your attention.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Heck.
Alright. See you guys. Oh, wait. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
bye, bye.
Share.